Hey guys, welcome to another video of mine. It's Commander AA, and this is another Chelsea transfer news. And today, got you guys very special video, inside contacts, what I've been told, all this 5 targets BS going to be covering that, ins and outs potentially in January, and of course our upcoming CAS hearing in about 3 days time. I'm going to be getting into all that information, etc. So if you do want to stay tuned, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to my channel if you're new around here, and make sure you hit the bell notification so you're notified for every time I do upload, and comment down below your thoughts and opinions on each story that I do talk about. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now of course, let's talk about the outings. Of course, now in 3 days time, CAS, we will have a hearing. If it does get overturned, I believe there will be a lot of outgoings in January, and of course we will have a lot in the summer. From what I've been told, the 3 main players that will be leaving in January, if we are able to trade, is Giroud, Pedro and Alonso. These 3 players are looking likely that they will be leaving, especially Pedro. Now the issue with Pedro, of course, is game time. He's barely been playing this season. He hasn't been injured, he's been fit. However, with Pulisic on fine form, Willian being having one of his best seasons at Chelsea, Hudson-Odoi getting to mix with higher wages, of course it puts Pedro out of the frame, and he hasn't been getting sufficient game time. Now he did express in an interview a couple of months back that he would like to end his career in Spain, and that he was happy when he signed for Chelsea. Unfortunately, if we do sell him, we won't really get much compensation because his contract does expire next summer. However, he will be free to talk to any club in January. Of course, he will become a free agent next year. So there are some rumours about Fenerbahce having a £10 million bid. Now I can confirm that personally I think that's BS. Now the reason why I say it's BS is because Fenerbahce are a Turkish team from Istanbul. I'm Turkish myself, a lot of my family live in Istanbul, a lot of my family are Fenerbahce fans, and I can tell you one thing, Fenerbahce are broke. They have no cash. You may think 10 million is not a lot of money, but trust me, Fenerbahce are broke. They're even in such a financial situation where some weeks they can't even pay the players' wages. It's that peak at the moment. There is no way they can afford 10 million for Pedro, especially for a guy when he becomes a free agent next summer. So I think those reports and rumours are a bit BS. But I do believe that he will be leaving. There's a very good possibility that he will be leaving. Now, of course, you got Olivier Giroud as well. Now, of course, we know that he hasn't been getting the game time. He's been very frustrated. Players such as Zoom has come out and kind of expressed his frustration, saying that Giroud's really upset that he's not getting the game time. He understands that Tammy's been doing fantastically well and Batshuayi, hence why he's not getting the sufficient game time. And he's always expressed that he would also like to end his career in France, either playing for Lyon or Marseille. Now, like I mentioned in my last couple of vids, Inter Milan are the front runners for his signature, with Borussia Dortmund entering the frame. Of course, a huge possibility that he could be reuniting with Antonio Conte at Inter Milan. And the good news is, despite his contract also ending next summer, it looks like we will be getting compensation for him between 5 to 7 million euros for me, which is a good deal for a guy who's going to be 34 in February, March, and also his contract will be expiring. To get any sort of compensation is good news in my opinion. And for a guy that we never utilised, we can free off the wage bill as well. He can reunite. It's a win-win for both parties. Giroud, he gets to reunite with Conte, where he'll get sufficient game time, a less physical league where I believe he will thrive more at that age, be back up to Lukaku, and also it frees up wages for us and we get a bit of compensation. It kind of wins for us as well. And for me, I think that Giroud will definitely be leaving in January if we are able to trade. And I think that good luck to him. He's been a good servant. Thank you for the Europa League. Thank you for the thank you Arsenal. A little video I saw that was banter. That night it was mad. Thank you for your service. You did really well helping us achieve the FA Cup victory, helping us get the Europa League as well. So send my gratitude to you. Of course, I've had some criticisms. We've had a bit of a strange relationship, me and Giroud, but it's time for him to go. Thank you for your service, Giroud, but I believe that he will be leaving for Inter Milan in the January transfer window. And of course, the final player that could be leaving is Marcos Alonso, who's not been getting much game time this season. And even when he has been getting game time, especially his horror show against Ajax, he hasn't really been performing at his best. And a player that's not suited to Lampard's system. He doesn't suit to our system whatsoever, not adapted for the Premier League, and I believe that we would be selling him. Now, whether it's in January or in the summer, it remains to be seen. Personally, I don't think a club will be paying that fee in January. There's a good possibility he could be leaving in January, but I believe this move is more for the summer. I don't believe we can get a cover left back in January that is sufficient. The players that we like are Towel, Chilwell, there's no way he'll be leaving in January. Therefore, I believe that Alonso will be leaving in the summer, but there is a potential chance he could be leaving in the January transfer window. Now, of course, if he does leave in the summer, we all know Atletico Madrid were really interested in his signature last summer. Of course, that broke down because we had the transfer ban. Mourinho wanted to keep as many squad players as possible, and there was rumours around 30 to 35 million pounds. For me, that's an astronomical fee. I don't think he's worth that. Yes, he's a decent player. He's got some good attributes about him. He would thrive in a league such as Serie A or La Liga. That's why I believe if we did send him a club from the Serie A or La Liga would sign him. Atletico Madrid did sign a backup left back, so there's a good chance Atletico Madrid don't need to sign him. But I believe there'll be a club in Serie A that'll be really interested in services. I believe that his value probably has dropped, so I'm looking at around 20 to 25 million pounds. I do believe that we can regain that kind of figure. But yeah, that is the outgoings if Castro overturn our ban in January. Let's get into the incomings. Now, of course, I was told by my source a few weeks ago that our 5 targets for the January transfer window and the summer window were as follows: Romagnoli, Jadon Sancho, Benjamin Chilwell, Moussa Dembele / Werner. So not both of them, but one of Moussa Dembele and Timo Werner. And of course, the last one was what's his name? Forgotten his name now. Yeah, Romagnoli, Chilwell, Sancho. Romagnoli, Sancho, Chilwell, Werner, and Serge Milinkovic-Savic. Those are our 5 targets. Now, of course, Carefree Youth a few months ago tweeted that, different 5 targets: Sancho, Chilwell, Ake, Moussa Dembele and Wilfried Zaha. Now, I can describe that, in my opinion, it is BS. I don't believe it's BS. I confirmed this in my source. The Zaha was a possibility, however, especially his cameo against Chelsea wasn't too great, so we have dropped the interest significantly. But those players are the 5 targets that I've named are really interested that Chelsea have on their shortlist. Now, some of them, there's no way we can acquire in January. That's a given. For example, Sancho and Chilwell, I don't believe we're going to be able to sign in the January transfer window. However, Romagnoli and Timo Werner are 2 top players that I would love at Chelsea, and they're easily acquirable in the January transfer window if, of course, Castro overturn our ban. Now, I'll give you my reasons why. Now, Timo Werner starting off, he has a £27 million release clause, 23 years of age, lightning quick, rapid, clinical finishing, suits Lampard's system perfectly, would give perfect competition with Tammy Abraham. The way he plays in between the lines, world class. And this guy could be a top striker, so I'd love him at Chelsea, especially for the price as well. One of the most hottest elite prospects in Europe for that type of price. I believe that it could be done in January. Of course, Leipzig, obviously, if we pay the release clause, we could get him. Of course, with Ethan Ampadu being on loan there as well, we could sweeten the deal a little bit. So I believe that he is easily gettable in January transfer window. And of course, Alessio Romagnoli, AC Milan are in financial fair play trouble. They do need the cash right now for the money to basically not be in trouble. Hence why I do believe that if we put the money correctly for Alessio Romagnoli, we could definitely sign him. Maybe in the 65 million to 70 million pound region. Definitely a player, a world-class centre-back that we could sign for that price. He's a leader, captain, commanding, that give that John Terry vibe. Really, really fantastic on the ball. One of the best ball-playing centre-backs in Europe right now as well. Definitely suits the model and the style that Lampard wants in his centre-backs. Imagine him paired next to a Zuma or a Tomori. Would love Romagnoli. And those are 2 players out of the 5 targets that I was told that is easily gettable in January. Like I said, Sancho and Chilwell, I don't believe they're gettable. Sancho too pricey, and I don't think Dortmund would let him go. If it did ever happen, maybe a Pulisic type deal, that is possible. And Chilwell, of course, Leicester would, they're in the same position as us. They're trying to get top 4. There's no way they'd let a top left back like Chilwell go mid-season. And of course, the last player as well, Serge Milinkovic-Savic, for a good fee. He is also quite gettable as well. However, I do believe there will be a move that, if we did ever sign, would happen in the summer window. But like I said, those are the 5 targets that I was told about. The outgoings of Pedro, Alonso, and of course Olivier Giroud are highly likely to be leaving in the January transfer window. But leave me your thoughts in the comment section below on each story that I did talk about. Would you want to see Timo Werner at Chelsea or even Alessio Romagnoli? What are your thoughts and opinions on the 5 targets I mentioned? Romagnoli, Sancho, Chilwell, Werner, and of course Serge Milinkovic-Savic. And also, are you happy that Alonso, Pedro, Giroud will likely be leaving in the January transfer window? And of course, finally, do you think the CAS will be overturning our ban in the January transfer window? Leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. If you do enjoy this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel. If you're not right here, make sure you hit the notifications to advise for every time I do upload. And I'll see you guys for my next video. Peace.